here, but I guess now that it's done and you've got the contract, how are you feeling right now?
Ooh, I feel relieved more than anything. I worked very, very hard this past 5 months. Of course, as you guys know, first it was July 26th. My opponent missed weight by 10 pounds, which is crazy. But funnily enough, him missing weight by 10 pounds kind of softened the blow a little bit, because it kind of made me laugh. Like 10 pounds, like had it been 2-3 pounds, I would have been like, damn it. But 10 pounds, like, what can I do? This is God's plan. Just be humble and have faith in God. And then after that, I had to kind of, UFC told me we're going to rebook you, so just kind of stay in shape and keep the weight down, and we're going to fill you in where we can. Eventually, they got me this fight, and preparation for this one was tough. As soon as the fight got announced, because I feel like I'd been boiling for so much, like just simmering, keeping my weight low, preparing, training, sparring hard. My body was weak, my immune system was weak, and I caught an infection, bacterial infection in my chest. And I was too tough on my own good. I just pushed through it until a doctor eventually told me, like, look, you need to calm down, get on antibiotics. I did. That was like 3 weeks there. And then when my first sparring session back, I posted out, elbow popped. And today was the first time in 2 weeks I used my left hand. I hit something. So, and my jab was pretty good today. So muscle memory was there. So, but like I've been telling my team, Jake, Dewey, my brother Javid, I told them it doesn't matter who's going to be in front of me today. I'm getting my contract. I've put way too much into this, and I'm not just talking about the past 10 years, I'm talking specifically this past 5 months. No way nobody's going to stop me from getting this contract. So I was just relieved I didn't fumble in the end. After all this hard work, I didn't drop the ball. I maintained concentration, and I got the job done.
I mean, look, it was a durable opponent, right? But it just, in the immediate aftermath, it didn't seem like you were necessarily completely satisfied with your performance. Is that safe to say? Like, how would you evaluate it?
No, I haven't seen the fight yet, but I'm very satisfied. It's just once the fight finished, it was such a fast-paced fight. I just kind of crashed a little bit, energy-wise. It's like we do this a lot in training. We simulate these kind of crazy cardio rounds. If it reminded me of that, like once the fight finished, I was exhausted because I really left it all on the line. Like if you go back and watch round 3, I'm huffing and puffing on the ground trying to put him away, but he was just so tough, and he had the right game plan. He was a bit negative. It takes two to tango, but I understand it's tough to keep up with my pace. And I think you're going to see a lot more of this Basharat pace. You've seen Javid, he's got an even more sickening pace than I have, So this is very common with us. So if you'll find the Basharat brothers, you better pack a second lunch.
I'm sure you would have liked to had your contract back a few months ago, but is there something kind of special about doing it on this week? Both of you are competing. Like, is there something kind of cool about that?
Oh, sorry. Turn my phone off. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, for sure. Like I said in the beginning, everything happens for a reason. You have to have faith. God's the best of planners. It wasn't meant to be that night. And we saw that wasn't the best of nights for Contender Series. Dana wasn't in the best mood. He didn't dish out that many contracts. And, of course, I think I would have excelled, but you never know. Fast forward 6 weeks, 7 weeks later, I'm on the main event of a very good card. Standout performances all around. And like you said, Javid's also fighting this week, and that's just going to make it such a special week when he goes out there and gets the W as well.
When do you think you guys get to actually soak it in that you're both in together, right? You've both been working a long time, but
yeah.
I imagine you'd probably like to go celebrate with him tonight, but it's fight week for him. So do you wait a little bit? Like, when do you guys get to have that moment?
No, we will wait. As far as I'm concerned, job's not done. As far as I'm concerned, job's done when Javid gets his hands raised on Saturday. He's got a tough opponent, and though he is so prepared, and Saturday night when he wins, that's when we can sit back and just reminisce on the past few months, and this is a special week, special fight, because it's a landmark week, because we're both in the UFC now, so we can really sit back and just talk about it and how crazy this past 10 years have been, the ups, the downs, and I just have to say, alhamdulillah, everything happens for a reason, and I'm very, very happy and proud of where we are.
Nice. Last thing for me, I mean, I know this is a big moment, but it's not the ultimate goal, right? I mean, it's getting into the UFC and getting those wins and obviously getting to the very top. But I guess, what do you do now? I mean, do you need time off for this arm and to heal and all that? Or are you looking to book something right away? Like, what's the ideal scenario for your debut?
I'm torn a little bit because I want to progress and I want to fight. I know how good I am and I want to showcase it. But at the same time, I have to be smart. I got to check out my elbow. I'm going to go do an MRI now. And look, I made weight twice in 6 weeks now. I had an infection. I hurt my arm. So I have to be smart now. It's been a long summer for me. And to go back and rush and make weight and fight again in 2-3 months, it wouldn't be the smartest thing to put my body under this stress. So as much as I'd like to go in there and fight and compete, I have to be smart. I have to look at the bigger picture. And that's one thing me and my brother have always done well, is just look at the bigger picture and be patient. And we'll get there. We'll get there.
Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
I just wanted to know, do you want to, you and your brother's timelines are going to kind of match up. Would you like to fight on the same card as him, or do you guys kind of play off of each other, like in each other's corners?
If I had to choose, I would rather be in his corner and just separate, because it can be very stressful. Like even this whole week, not having Javid to rely on, it was just a little bit extra more stressful, But when it's just one person and you can just put all your time into them, it's better that way. Having said that, though, if we fought on the same day and same card before, and it would be something very special about fighting on the same day. If we would go back to London and fight on the same day, maybe, that would be very, very special. I'd love that. But if I had to choose, it's less stressful if we're separated a little bit.
You had Dewey and Jake Shields in your corner. How important were those guys?
I'm glad you brought it up because, having Dewey and Jake has been a game changer for me. I thought I was a good striker before. I was pretty good, but working with Dewey over there at BKMMA has just elevated my game just to another level, and I feel like I'm becoming one of the very best strikers in MMA. And same goes with Jake. I've been working with Jake for about 10 months now, and I feel like people perceived me as just a striker before, where I don't think they can say that anymore. They have to respect my grappling now, and that's massively due to Jake. So Jake and Dewey have been huge in my career.
And finally, now there's a few Afghan fighters in the UFC. Just kind of how important is that to kind of represent that and, maybe even bring a card over there in a few years?
Absolutely. I mean, I believe I'm the third active fighter on the roster now. That's very impressive for a country that's been through what we've been through. We're all so passionate about where we come from. Even though we've all been raised in other countries, I will never, ever turn my back on Afghanistan. And that's something all three of us, I'm happy, me, Javid, and Nasrat Hakparast as well. We all do very well with represent our people. I do believe we are a special type of people. We're warriors by nature, and to have a card in Afghanistan one day, you never know. I would absolutely love it, of course, but I think there's a lot of obstacles to overcome first. But hey, never say never.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Alex.
Congrats on the win, my man.
Thank you.
And your brother, of course, because it's like you guys will automatically be tied in, with Antonina and Valentina Shevchenko.
Yes.
Nate and Nick Diaz, Kosi brothers, and Jukwani, who fights this weekend.
Yes.
I know you guys talked about it as kids, and hopefully you could kind of put it into words, but how is it to accomplish that goal, to say, like, yo, we did that. Like, we're here now.
Man, I think we're going to have to get, like we said, maybe after Javid's fight, we'll be able to discuss it properly and reminisce on it a little bit properly, but just off the top of my head now, we started this sport almost exactly 10 years ago. It's been 10 years. It's been a long, long road, ups and downs, betrayals. Like I said, me and Javid, one thing we do very well is see the bigger picture. And we always saw ourselves here. And it doesn't end here. Like being in the UFC, I'm not content with that. It doesn't stop there. I want to work my way up. Why stop here? I want to work my way up the rankings, then become champion, then pound for pound, then all-time great. Why not? Why not? I mean, what makes us any different from the likes of John Jones and Habib and GSP and these guys? They had 4 limbs, they had blood in their veins. So do we. I don't understand why we can't reach those levels as long as we stay disciplined and dedicated, and just keep up the hard work.
Agreed. That's a great mindset. Only person in the way of that would be yourself.
Yes.
Now, on that same token, these expectations, how big are those? Because you do have former champions, potential Hall of Fame coaches teaching you to throw hands. That elevates your game, but also more eyes, more pressure. How does that go?
Yeah, pressure's always going to be there. The higher up the ranking you go, the more pressure there's going to be. Somebody asked me yesterday, like, your main event on ESPN, how does that feel? And I didn't even think about it like that, because I welcomed it from the get-go. When I found out a couple of weeks ago, it made me that much more excited and motivated. It's been 10 years. It's been a long time for me to think about these things. So I've visualized it, and believe me, I'm ready for these moments. Me and Javid both are ready for these moments, and we're only going to get better, and we're only going to strive to keep moving up the rankings and just be as good as we can become. I'm not going to put a limit on this. Let's see. Maybe I won't reach those limits, but I'm definitely going to try. I'm definitely going to try.
Excellent. Can't wait to see that.
Thank you, sir.
Last for me, just for fun, I know you guys are students of the game. You keep an eye on your divisions.
Yes, sir.
Next month, titles on the line. Who and why?
Aljo and TJ. It's a fun fight. I'm going to go with Aljo. I've trained with Aljo. I know how much of a beast he is, and I respect TJ as well. I've been watching him for a long time. I just think Aljo's so dominant in that one aspect, the grappling and the wrestling. He's got such a strong gas tank. I think he'll be a lot stronger than TJ as well. TJ has his areas where he can give Aljo trouble, but I see how much Aljo works every day, and I have Aljo. I think could be a submission, but most likely a decision, 5 rounds.
Excellent. Thank you, sir, and good luck to you guys in your careers.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.